Hey guys, this is Herbie. Today I'm going to be going through a new feature with ITC Land Systems, and that is the ROVER LAD, or ROVER LAD. Now, a ROVER is so ROVER stands for Remote Operational Video Enhanced Receiver, although you suspect they came up with ROVER first. In real life, that's basically a device that lets people on the ground see through the optics of aircraft. It also, in reality, the kind of more recent advanced systems, let a JTAC kind of draw on the TGP and upload things so they can communicate with the pilot a lot more clearly. Now, there is a rover system already in the ITC modifications in ITC Air Systems. That's the ROVER SIR. That's much more focused on being a simulation of kind of real-world systems rather than a simple and easy-to-use device like the ROVER LAD. The ROVER LAD, or the ROVER Light Aircraft Datalink, is essentially a more accessible and usable system that, rather than being designed for kind of JTACs and TACPs, although it obviously can be used by those people, is more for kind of mission commanders to get more situational awareness. And to show you it, I've put together a little scenario on Tanoa, and I'll show off the system. So the scenario is pretty simple. I'm the commander of this Tanoa Armed Forces patrol, who were heading up this road. We've got a drone overhead. You can't see it obviously because it's a drone, but it's flying around up there somewhere. We got a radio message through from the droney operator telling us that there's a roadblock up ahead that's got enemies and some civilians being held hostage. Oh no. So rather than kind of having quite a lengthy conversation with the drone operator to try and work out what's there, or sending a couple of guys off on a reconnaissance patrol, which is going to cost time, which tactically is a bad thing, but also it's going to be quite dull for whoever's not on the reconnaissance patrol, and whoever's not, these guys back here, if this was multiplayer, they're not going to be having a fun time while I try and work out what the fuck's going on. So, to the rescue for these poor riflemen at the rear of the patrol is the ROVER LAD. So the ROVER LAD works by any aircraft or UAV that has its laser designator on. It means you can see through that that system. In real life, you don't need a laser designator, but the laser designator basically makes a lot of the scripting a lot easier, and makes there be nothing being sent over traffic. So by kind of over network traffic, it just everything gets done locally, which is nice and reduces the performance impact. So you open up the ROVER LAD, and you get this screen. So this is your kind of default screen. So you've got the actual LAD itself on this black background, and you've got obviously it's not connected to any transmitter, so you get a blue screen which says aircraft must have laser designator enabled to broadcast ROVER. If you have selected an aircraft and you still get this screen, it means that that aircraft hasn't turned its laser designator on. So you'll still be able to see all the aircraft you've got up. You just won't be able to see. The feed unless the aircraft you select has its laser designator on. For the aircraft, you get the name of the aircraft, so the description of it, and then in brackets the name of whoever is operating it. This is obviously a drone, so it's being operated by an AI. But if this was just an aircraft or a pilot, you'd have the pilot's name there. So if you are a community that runs with more than one aircraft, more than one pilot at a time, you can quite easily switch between them. Anyway, let's look at the data link. So you click on the data link, and your camera kind of gets shoved over to be with the drone. Now, obviously, as with everything else kind of drone based, you do get into the kind of droney bubble. So you obviously can't see or hear around what's going on around you. So you've got the normal ITC Drone Feed. So you've got speed and altitude information of the drone. You've got the grid, and you've got a time frame. Obviously not quite functioning at the moment. You've got a north pointer telling you where north is. This symbol just means the laser designator is on. That's good, because, or you're always going to get this on the ROVER LAD, because if the laser designator wasn't on, you wouldn't be able to see the screen. You get the blue screen of non-laser designated us. And then you get target grid reference, the direction from the drone to the target, and the target altitude. So this will help you identify where you're looking on the map. You can also independently adjust zoom, so this is just for you, this won't adjust anything else. And you've got this kind of black and white drone feed. So that's the roadblock. You've got different views up here, so DTV is what we're on, which is day television. MVG is basically for night vision optics. Obviously this is a day mission, so if I click it I'm just going to get a white screen. And then white hot and black hot thermals. So white hot thermals lets me see really easily. You've got a line of guys behind a barricade, a few vehicles. These three guys look like prisoners with a guard. And then obviously black hot if you prefer looking at it that way. So this means that as the commander I'm able to immediately see what's there. I can even zoom out and kind of make my plan on this with this overhead view. And I'm not spending 20 minutes back here, which is where my patrol is, working out what's going on. And it kind of lets the mission flow much more easily, and also gives the commander a much easier time. And you can just press escape to exit out. And that's it for the Rover Lad. The Rover Lad's just a inventory item. So you find this inventory item in the arsenal. It's also got a class name, which again you can find via the arsenal. It's quite small. Well, relatively small, kind of the same as a magazine and a half. So yeah, and that's the Rover Lad tablet. So this is going to be included with ITC Land Systems in an imminent update. And for any questions I'll put the link to the Discord, link to the mods, a link to the game, which is obviously ArmA 3, in the mission description. Thank you for watching, and that's it.